Hi, Alexi here. In this video, we'll see how easy it is to debug and step through the logic in your PAC Control strategy. Once again, I encourage you to follow along because no hardware is required and the PAC Control and SnapPAC Sim software are free downloads. I've already opened my strategy in PAC Control. I have a control engine configured and just a small amount of logic to debug and step through. I'm going to make a quick change to my logic from the previous example. I just need to move my connection to another block, so I'll have a couple of blocks to loop through. But before I download the strategy, there's one important setting I need to check. In config mode, I choose Configure Full Debug. This setting will let me troubleshoot in greater detail because I can execute one instruction at a time instead of one block at a time. I'll click Debug and download the strategy. I'll click the Run button to run the strategy. I can see in the status bar that the chart is now running. I'll click the Autostep button, and now the status says Step Auto. In this example, the build time string block has a green outline, indicating that PAC Control is executing the command, which happens to be a 1-second delay. Be aware that autostepping does slow down your chart execution so that you can see each block being executed. If I want to change how quickly or slowly the autostep runs, I can adjust the speed here under Debug Options. By moving the slider to low, I will slow down the autostepping. This checkbox here is more relevant for very large charts where your stepping may take you to a block that's off the edge of the visible window. To set a breakpoint, I'll click on this breakpoint tool, the little hand, then click on the block. You'll see this red box appear around the block. In PAC Control versions prior to 9.0, you'll see a copy of the hand icon appear in the middle of the block. The chart will pause when it reaches the breakpoint, as indicated by the cross-hatching, as well as the status bar below, and any commands in the block have not yet been executed. Now I'll step through the strategy. I can click on the Step Over button to execute the entire block and move on to the beginning of the next block. Or I can click on the Step Into button. Each time I click the Step Into button, PAC Control executes another command. If I no longer want to step through each command inside the block, but want to move to the next block, I click Step Out. I can remove the breakpoint by selecting the breakpoint tool and clicking on the block again. I then will click the Pause button to unpause the chart. In addition to looking at the chart activity, you can get quite a bit of information from the strategy tree while in debug mode. If you double-click on your control engine, you'll get this handy window which shows information about your controller and your strategy. It also gives you an idea of how fast your controller is communicating, which can be especially useful when optimizing your system for throughput. If you double-click on the Charts folder, you'll see a list of charts and the status of each one. Because PAC Control is a multitasking environment, you can have multiple charts running simultaneously. You can also start, stop, and pause charts manually from here. To see details on a variable, just double-click it. A window pops up like this. I can expand the window for more information. Now, if I want to easily monitor several variables and I/O points at once, I might want to create a watch window. I'll click this Watch button. Since I don't have a watch window yet, I'll click New. I'll choose a file name for it, My Watch Window, and then click Open. I'll click OK and close this Inspect window. Here's my watch window. If I click this diamond-shaped icon in the right corner, I can dock the watch window and see the chart again. I can resize the columns if necessary. I can also drag and drop additional variables or even I/O points from the strategy tree into the watch window. I can access the same inspect dialogues from the watch window. For example, I'll double-click My String and expand the window. For debugging, I can change the value by clicking on this field and typing "This is a test" into the value field. The background color changes to indicate an edit is in progress. The new value is stored when I click Apply. If I had any I/O, I could click on I/O units here in the strategy tree to view detailed information about the status of the I/O units and the values of the I/O points. Thanks for watching. See you next time.